Today, I wanted to cover a really important topic, which is the volume of data. Okay, this is something I'm passionate about because it's something I've worked out for myself, and I know that as soon as I have volume, that my business that actually flows much better. In fact, there's three key factors I've noticed. One is volume, one is repetition, funny enough, and the other is actually consistency, which is kind of along the same lines. So right now, I was thinking I'm gonna put this towards people running funnels again because this is really, really important. If you feel like your funnel's not working, it's really tempting to want to change things up. And if you've just started a funnel and it's only been running for a few months, the temptation is very human to want to change things because we think it's not working. And I have this all the time with people I work with. It feels like it's never going to work, but it's not. It's like growing a garden. When you first plant those seeds take ages to come through, and it takes forever. If you've just planted some carrots from some seed, it takes forever to get yourself a carrot. Believe me. And we used to have gardens, so I can tell you all about every kind of vegetable you can think of. But you might feel like doing things like tweaking ad copy and stuff, changing your offer, even scrapping the whole thing and starting over again. But you want to do things in the right way, okay? Right way, that's not very specific. Let me take you through how this works. But also, you want to stick with using very specific KPIs and data as well, which we can show you how to do this. Because one of the biggest mistakes I keep seeing business owners making right now is making changes too quickly without enough data to back it up. So today I'm going to actually show you, I think I'm going to share with you why volume of data actually matters, and then why and how just waiting a bit longer could make all the difference between a failing funnel and a profitable one. It's actually about patience. It's about sticking at it. It's about the long game, and it's about like measuring things in the right period of time. There are certain things we can measure in short periods of time, which are little tiny pieces, but we need data to actually see what's working, what isn't. So the first thing I wanted to go to bring to your attention, because it's something that I keep seeing with people with ads and funnels, is please stop jumping to conclusions. It's so natural for us to feel like something's wrong when your funnel isn't actually performing the way you expected immediately. But by jumping to conclusions and making decisions too quickly is one of the worst things that any of us can do. And why? It's because our first few data points aren't enough to tell the whole story. This is another reason why you want to get a mentor, someone who's done this before. They could tell you when is a good time to check. But I want you to think about this. If you're running ads, it's possible, and I've seen this so many times, that people see a few low numbers and immediately think this isn't working. Okay? But what if you just hadn't given it enough time yet? You've got to remember that your audience has to have time to engage. Facebook has an algorithm, but it needs to be able to optimize it. And it comes from lots of different moving parts, okay? So if you don't understand that and you're just looking at a few numbers, it's very likely you might be breaking something too early, okay? Okay, so you need to understand what to look at and when, okay? So the second thing is you really do need to give your ads or your funnel enough time to prove itself. And I get it. It feels kind of risky to let your funnel keep running when the early numbers look so bad. But if you're using a specific method like Laurel Portier's video ads method, you can check every 7 days at top funnel stuff. And then there's other retargeting things that actually have to be left running. Okay. And you have to just trust the method itself. Because people will start coming to you, but that's not right at the beginning. You can't expect things to work immediately. You'll need to actually gather enough data and gather enough volume to see what's actually working, what's not. Now, by volume, we mean it right now. We know that we need to bring in at least 2,000 1-minute views of our videos to know we've got enough volume to actually check the data. And if you don't know how to do that, you need to have a chat with us, okay? Now, I want you to imagine this though. Imagine you're running a video and it's only had a few hundred views. You could not make a solid decision yet because there's not enough data to tell you if the hook was working or if people are dropping off. And so instead of like reacting and tweaking too soon, you want to give your funnel and your ads enough time to collect meaningful numbers. Usually that's around 5,000 impressions if you're running top funnel ads, okay? Especially if you've not got enough prolific content out yet. we're going to look at bigger patterns instead of small random fluctuations, okay? No one can know. It might be it rained that day. You never know what the tide came in. How we actually approach data with video ads is when we actually run our own done for you video ads campaign, we don't jump to conclusions after a day or two, okay? We look at everything. We look at everything you've done already, and then we know what to place for you, and then we will let the data build up and look at the patterns. We use at least 7 days for top of funnel, like I've said before, okay? We need to understand how your ideal clients, we use very specific polarizing headlines. So we're actually attracting the right people and pushing the wrong ones away, okay? We have a specific structure that we use. So I'm not going to go through the exact methods that we use right in here. If you want to learn more, you can actually go to Laura Portier's training, or you can come to us and ask us. But we don't react to small drops in views or spikes in ad counts, okay? We know which data to look at, and that's why our approach works, yeah? We're not just changing things impulsively. We have numbers to actually go by, which is volume. Now, we know that if we use data-driven decisions, that your funnel's going to have best chance to success. So right now, if you're finding that you've got a funnel and it's not performing the way you expect it, I'm going to say take a deep breath, okay? Give it time to gather enough data, okay? And stop reacting to early numbers. I see so many people turning off ads that could have worked, and start looking at the bigger picture, okay? Because when you let your data build up, you'll actually make smarter, more confident decisions that actually move your business forward. And if you are struggling to figure out why your funnel isn't converting, just send me a message. I've got a contact me button on my webpage, on my website right now. You can just click it and book in a 10-minute call with me. I'm happy to have a quick look at stuff with people, because I'm happy to actually look at your data if you're stuck. If you've been putting the work in and you're not getting results, I'm happy to have a look, okay? If you're just starting out, that's different. But I can actually help you have a look to see which adjustments that will help you move the needle and show you what you need to be looking at, okay? So I'd like to actually help you to get your funnel optimized and performing the way it should, which is consistent and predictable, okay?